TXT are having a comeback. In fact, their album was released today. In honor of this new album, I'm going to use all the previous albums and make a blanket. Will it be soft? No, because I'm using cheap yarn, but it will be beautiful, and that's all that matters. And as much as I hope that just a quick Pinterest search would bring me up a bunch of TXT album grid patterns, I mean, it did, but they're obviously not all the same size. So I have to resize them because I don't want to make all of them. I'm using the Temptation one. So I feel like that'll be one of the harder ones to make from scratch. I'm just going to use the same stitch count off of that so I don't have to remake that one. So that one's 45 by 45. I have then went ahead and made 4 of the other albums. Oh, look at me. All last night. It didn't take a crazy amount of time, but it took a bit of mental stability that I don't have. But this is a good starting point. I'll do the rest later. And in honor of the Temptation Peter Pan Neverland era coming to an end, I'm starting with the Temptation album. Farewell, farewell Neverland. I don't know why I'm being like this. Plus, I'm super pumped because tomorrow is the day that we hit 1,000 subscribers. So really, this is like a gift to me. Thank you. Plus, although I thought I'd really hate doing the New Jeans Powerpuff Girl blanket, it was so rewarding. Like finishing that, seeing that come to life. This one's obviously not gonna look as good because it's not gonna be like as cohesive. Like it's just gonna be all these random different album arts and colors, but it's TXT. So my mind, gonna be great. And since I went to all the bother of making these and I want you to be able to make use of them too, I'm gonna go over a brief tutorial of how to read grid patterns or how to follow them. So each square is gonna be a stitch, which means since it's 45 stitches, you're gonna be chaining 45 to start off. And then you're gonna be working back and forth. You're gonna be doing 7 rows of blue before you get here and then color change. And then things you need to pay attention to is obviously keeping your right side nice and your back side nice. Since I'm making it into a blanket, I kind of want both sides to be as nice as possible. Obviously, there's going to be a right side because it's the albums, they have to be a certain way. Oh, I need to pay attention to that. Watch me sew it together wrong. So in order to keep it tidy, you're going to want to change colors as often as it changes colors, like completely change to a new piece of yarn, a new ball, whatever. You're going to have a blue working strand for this side and then a white working strand for the middle and a blue for this side. Just because if you carry it over, you're gonna see the blue through the white. I bet you will, because look at this. Can we see? I mean, if it's not a big deal to you, that's fine. Also, you can't just leave it, do your white, and then take this and then use it here, because then this happens, which is fine again if you're never gonna see the back, but not if you're gonna like be pulling it over you and like getting your feet stuck. It's a blanket. That's not gonna work, getting tangled up in the blanket. That's why I love this shape of yarn rolling method, because you can work from the one that's inside, like this one, as well as the outside. So you have 2 strands to work from, so you're not constantly cutting. Whereas for my Neverland one, all 3 balls that I'm using are like this. So I only have 1 strand to work with. So then I'll be like, ugh, pull out a bunch and then cut it and then start using it again. And then you end up with like a bajillion things and you're constantly having to add in new and get rid of all, running out of string. I don't like it. But this stuff is kind of soft. No, it's not. There's literally no difference. It's just more expensive. Also, this yarn is a bit thinner than the craft yarn, and all my other ones are gonna use the craft yarn, so it's gonna be a little wonky. Oh, I lied. This pink is bigger and the pink is already like warping the whole thing, but I'll kind of give like a 3D effect and it'll be fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. So I have my good side. I've been trying my best to not be lazy and make sure that I'm not carrying stuff over. I know I have a few times, but you can't really tell, so that's okay. And for my bad side, I don't want to do this too much either, but again, I get lazy and I'm like, it's fine. But I do want the back to look really nice, so I don't know. This isn't up to standards. Do better. Me, I'm talking to me. You can do whatever you want. So I have strand here, strand here, strand here, strand here, strand here. That's how you gotta do it. And if I'm being quite honest, I think I've become a grid pattern master after doing the Powerpuff Blanket, because rarely do I do things wrong. Or if I do things wrong, I know whether or not it'll be noticeable or like whether it's worth it to go back and fix it. It's nice. It's really nice. Because I did make a lot of mistakes on the Powerpuff Blanket, but look how good it turned out, so it's fine. Also, if you're wondering how I made these patterns, I just go on stitchfiddle.com. Hello, beautiful. You can choose your colors, you can add more colors, you can do the things. I would recommend it, but I haven't tried any other websites really, so can't really compare. I finished it this morning. Which way does this go? It's so pretty. And last night, look what happened. Earlier than expected. Do you see that? There is a comma there. Next, we're gonna do Nap of a Star because it's super easy, and I want to do a super easy one after doing this one. Also, I realized like I have a yarn ball roller thing. I could have just rolled this into a cake and had 2 ends to it, but it's whatever, it's fine. I finished it. The Dream Chapter Star is done. I would like to thank whoever designs these albums for making them so simple. Thank you. Also, I knew this one would be a little bit bigger because the yarn is a bit thicker, but are you kidding me? Oh my. And I'm like, is it okay? I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine. If not, I could just make tote bags out of all of these. That sounds like something. Ugh, so disappointing. Do I have to redo this? I can always use it for something else. I was thinking about making a Temptation puffer jacket, like a crochet puffer jacket. I don't think I can do any more for now. I need to go to Michael's to get some more yarn because I don't have the right colors for some of them. Oh crap, no, I could do Thursday's Child, but that one's probably the hardest. Whatever. I'm done for today. I've already done 2 and I only started last night. So we're going strong. It came in a box. I was expecting a bag, but that's fine because boxes smell good. I thought this wasn't gonna be a good one, but I think it's perfect. No, it's not. I just compared. Wait. Okay, you know what? Like this one has more of a pink tone to it. It's more warm tone, but it's fine. Honestly, I couldn't find any that was this shade, and also half the shades that I clicked on were sold out. What in the army? And then I was trying to also figure out what to do for Blue Hour. I think this is perfect. Boom ba-da-doom 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 boom. I think so. I also got this just in case it wasn't, but this is like more purple. Why did I only get 1 black? The freak! And then I also got this denim color that I needed for a different video that I already finished, so I don't know why I got it. Nice! The album itself is 2-tone and has this design on it, and I was originally making it like that, but then I was like, I don't know, and then I didn't because I was too lazy to do that, and then I regretted it, but now I'm too lazy to go back and put it in again. And plus, the purples! I can't get the right purples anyway, so what's the freaking point? So I'm just gonna do this plain. It's easier. This one is probably the next simplest one, which is why I'm doing it today, because I'm a little behind on all my things. I get ahead of track and then I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm doing so well, and then I slow down and then I'm behind again. But honestly, it's more surprising that I was ahead because I have unbelievable expectations for myself. Oh, I should have been saying my favorite song from each album just for funsies. It's super hard to decide for Temptation. I would say maybe Devil by the Window or Happy Fools. Either version. Maybe I shouldn't do this because this is too difficult. For the Dream Chapter Star, I was gonna say Cat and Dogger, but now I really, really love Our Summer after the concert. But Crown is so cute and I get so excited when this was stupid. For Eternity, I love Can't You See Me, but Eternally is best of both worlds. Yes, Eternally. Ta-da! At first I thought this color was better than the actual color of the album, but then it's a lot. Also, this is like in between both of them. It's kind of closer to the Temptation size than the freaking Star one, but it is what it is. Next one is Blue Hour. This is the color I got for it. I can't really compare it to the actual album because I don't have it. This one sells out all the time, but I'm hoping this will be okay. And since this is the same yarn type and brand and whatever as the purple, then these two will probably be the same size. I thought these would take a lot less time because again, they're very simple designs, but this took probably 2 to 3 hours. Sadness. This one's actually a lot of random colors. I don't even know if I have all these colors. I should have double checked before making a purchase, but it should be fine. It's fine. My favorite song from Blue Hour is obviously Ghosting. Ghosting is my favoriteest song ever. Also, special mention to Wishlist. I freaking love Wishlist. Blue Hour was actually one of the songs that got me interested in TXT, so special mention to that as well. Let's go. Okay, I'm so freaking annoyed. I'm gathering all my colors for this one because there's a lot of different like colors in the pixels and stuff. I cannot find my orange yarn, and I just used it to make this like orange like little bucket hat that I didn't even sew it together properly. Where is it? Found this yellow that's a bit more orangey, so I'll probably just use that because I don't know. I must have used it. That's the only explanation. None of the other colors are right anyway, so it's fine. Tell me why. Tell me why. I wasn't planning on making the Freefall album cover. Like, that was the whole point of this video. Like, I didn't say that I'm making it to celebrate the new album. I actually don't know if that's what I said. I don't remember what I said. But what? I don't know if I thought that the album cover wasn't released yet, but I obviously did know because I pre-ordered the albums. Obviously, like, they were there and they're already releasing the concept photos, which, oh my god, it's gonna be like rock, emo, grunge. Okay, that is exactly what I need right now. But anyway, that means I have not 4, but 5 more squares to do, and I'm leaving on Tuesday. So I have today, the rest of today. Today it's 6 p.m. and then tomorrow to finish this entire thing. I finished the Blue Hour album. Does not do it justice. Nothing can ever do it justice. I think the colors of the pixels are a little too like funfetti looking, but it's fine. It smells good. So we are 4 in. We're only halfway there. Whoa! And we're I'm so stressed out. And none of them are the same size. What is this? Did this end up the same size as this? Wow. 2 of them are the same size, guys. But don't worry. Don't worry. So I got something from little old Amazon here that's gonna help us out a little bit. Darning needles are not sharp. Today, they are blocking boards, which means I'm going to block these. I think, I don't know how it works, and I'm not gonna look it up because I understand the basics. I think you just wet the thing, you pin it to the board in the size that you need it to be, like stretched out if you need it to be stretched out, and then you let it dry. Oh, I don't have time to let it dry. Interesting. Whatever, I can finish it when I get back, but did I say I'm leaving for a week? I'm not making any sense. I'm leaving for a week. That is why I'm stressing out. And this video has to go up, I think like 2 days after I get back, 3 days. I don't have time is what I'm saying. I was going to get just kids ones because they were a few dollars cheaper, but I kind of wanted the lines and I was like, I can DIY the lines, save some money. But then I don't have time to do that. I don't have time for anything. I can't. This is not sustainable. The videos that I make are not sustainable. But I digress. I am an 16th of the way through my Thursday's Child album. Only issue is, I'm pretty sure this is the only yarn that would make sense for the Freefall. I don't know what color to use for the Freefall album because the background is so freaking weird and I haven't even made the pixel art. I have to make the grid patterns tomorrow morning for the rest of them because this is all I have, and magic is gonna be difficult to make into a grid, I imagine. And so is Freefall, because how do I get the like kind of calligraphy like look to the— I can't. I had more to say and I don't remember what it was, so I'm leaving. Okay, I forgot. Don't look at my hair. My favorite Thursday's Child song is Trust Fund Baby, 150,000%. It was my most listened to on Spotify. It probably is still Thursday's Child on top. Wait, how far down does TXT go? Oh, the Seraphim. This side looks better than this side, right? You can't really see it, but there is a darker blue in there. I originally wasn't gonna do this freeze thing because I thought it would look really bad, but it looks good. Also, this is gonna take so much more work. Because usually the start and end are the fastest, but I don't know. These triangles look stupid. Also, I don't have this color. There's so many colors that I didn't buy. I don't know why I think like background colors don't count, as if you don't need yarn to fill this in. But like doing this, I can just imagine how bad the Dream Chapter magic is gonna look. Ugh, I don't know. We have indeed entered Derpland with this one. I don't know, like it'd be fine if it was just all straight, but then once it gets curvy, it's like, what the freak? And yeah, I can clean it up a bit, but it's probably gonna be even worse when I actually start crocheting it. Like, I don't want to do the writing, but if I don't do the writing, it's literally nothing. It's these 3 stars. I finished Thursday's Child and it looks way better than I thought. I thought this was gonna look ugly, but it looks rich. I don't know if you can tell, but in person it looks rich. This black is shining, or the red, what? I'm going to do Fighter Escape next, just because that seems a bit easier than the Freeze one. Oh, but that looks so good too. So proud. Almost makes up for how crappy Magic looks. Can I just leave out one album? My favorite song from this album is obviously Moa Diary. So cute. But I also really love Loser Lover, and those are like the only two extra songs that are on here. The rest are like Freeze songs. And I love so many of the songs on Freeze, so this is like the ultimate. Maybe this is my favorite TXT album. Okay, so I was saying that I don't have this color. Should I use this color, which is more blue, or this color, which is like obviously just like off-white? Did you choose this color? Good job! I think I'm gonna go with this. It's a lot closer, I think. And plus there's blue in it, so it kind of goes, I don't know. I'm so sad. It is 6:48 p.m. and this is as far as I've gotten. I picked this because I thought it was gonna be easier, but I'm thinking now Freeze would have been easier. No, it wouldn't have been. All these are hard. I hate doing grid patterns. I always hate doing grid patterns whenever I'm doing them, but then at the end I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. I should do it again. It's a vicious cycle. And I haven't even packed yet. I'm leaving early tomorrow morning to go visit the fam jam, and I would have to do 3 more after this one. And I still have 1.5 more grid patterns to actually make. So it turns out I am taking this with me. I thought I would get a little bit of a break. Ain't no rest for the wicked. On the bright side though, it's looking fabulous. I think what I said about the calligraphy, like it not looking good for the Freefall album, I think I was totally wrong, because look how cool that looks, all like brush strokey, right? It's gonna look great. I am running out of time. I don't know why I thought these would take 2 hours each, but I finished this one. It's so pretty. Like I thought this wasn't gonna look good, but it does. Also, it is the same size as my Temptation one, so it will need a good stretch. This was not fun, and I thought the Freeze would be better for some reason, but you can tell by looking at the grid that there are way more color changes. So how is that easier? Oh, hiccups are killing me. I would need to start stretching these today if I'm going to be able to stretch them all in time, because I think the board that I got, I'll probably only be able to do one at a time. My favorite song in Freeze is all of them. Just kidding, not really. I love Ice Cream, but I also really love Frost and No Rules. And obviously everyone loves 0 by 1 0 by 1 Love Song. Freeze is... so is... The bottom of this one is a lot, just as I was expecting, because since it's black and white, the black or the white would show up super obviously through each other. Why is this? Hello? So I had to change yarn strands every single time. But it's not as crazy as I thought, and it's looking good so far, so that's all that matters. Also, I did mess up a couple times here and here. I thought I messed up at the bottom here too, because there's black at the top of this one. So I thought there should be black at the top bottom of this one, but when you look at the albums, it doesn't have the black. But I did this anyway because I thought it would look better. Freeze, or hello, is my least favorite, hello, so far. Because one, is really hard because you change. Also, it doesn't even look like it. It doesn't look good. I did the navy in here thinking that it would look cool because it kind of looked cool in the grid pattern. But since the navy's so close to the black, you can't even tell, even when you're looking for it, that it's even there. So that was just a waste of like 4 color changes per row. Plus, the colors themselves don't even look right. The black is too black. I should have used the navy as the background and then just like not put it in. Like, does this even look like it at all? I'm almost done. I have to do the writing on top and then I'm done, but hahaha. Also, I messed up so much in the grid pattern. I fixed it as I went, so I'll fix the grid pattern so the one that I show is right. Finally finished it and good freaking riddance. Ew, that went under the bed. I hope that's not dusty. Ah, it's good. This was the hardest one by far, and it doesn't even look good to make up for it. So what is even the freaking point? The second hardest one would have been the Thursday's Child one, but that one ended up looking amazing, which made up for it. This one, it's fine. It's over. I don't know how I could have made it better anyway. Next one I'm gonna do is Freefall. I wanted to save it to last because that is the new one, but I really need an easy one. The Dream Chapter Magic is gonna be easy too, but I don't want to deal with having to finish the grid for it because I don't want to. I was worried about it because I thought I would have trouble finding the color because the color is so freaking weird for the background. Like it's taupe but like not, and like gray but like not, and kind of green, but like not. But I found it today. What is this? It's barley, and it is perfect. Okay, not perfect, but nothing's perfect. So also this is one of the bigger ones, which I guess is good because then I don't have to stretch it, but at the same time it's like, why are they so big? The little ones are cute and pretty. Like these are my prettiest ones. And then Thursday's child is super cool. Just remembered I didn't finish, or I didn't even start the grid pattern for Freefall yet. But it should be easy. I don't think I'm gonna do the lettering because that is difficult. I changed my mind. This is probably gonna be the stupidest looking one yet. Like there's no way to make, oh, it looks like that. What? It did not look like that when, I think I just needed to walk away for a second. Okay, but also it's gonna look super boring, so I'm gonna try to do the writing anyway. That looks really bad, obviously, but I can't like slant it like how that is. So it just doesn't work. I don't know. I'm gonna start crocheting and I should have time to decide by the time I get up there. Obviously, I haven't listened to the album yet because it's gonna be out when I post this video, but I'm betting my favorite song will be Blue Spring. I freaking love Blue Spring. I almost cried when I see that they were releasing it on Spotify. Now it's time for blocking. Yes, I just woke up, but this is important. So I'm just gonna stick these together. They're not big enough on their own. Oh, this is gonna be humongous then. Just to block one square at a time. So I'm not necessarily going to block my two biggest ones just because it's not completely necessary. I don't need to stretch them out. It would be nice to get them to not curl, but I don't think I'll have time to block all of them. So I will see. Oh, what do I do? I'm gonna line these up and see what squares they reach. And then I'm going to use regular old pins. I'm gonna start with the two smallest because they 100% need to be stretched. Oh, is this even gonna work? I have no idea if I'm doing this right or not. You can buy blocking pins, which seem more useful now than they did to me before, but I wasn't about to spend more money. Alright, so as you can see, my method was just putting a crap ton of pins in here. And it's not even as big as it's supposed to be, and this was a lot harder and took a lot longer than I thought it would. Right now, it is 13 by 12. It was 13 by 11 because I completely forgot that, you know, it had to be square. It's supposed to be square. I should stretch it out one more, but I don't think I have the patience for that. I am sweating! Now is the fun part. I love these things. I'm just gonna freaking all over it. I don't want to completely soak it just because actually I don't even know if you're supposed to wet it or why I got that in my head because I did not look up any of this. It's just previous information that I've come across. Oh yeah. I don't want to completely soak because I have to do a bunch of these and I don't have time to wait for them to dry. I'm hoping I can do like 2 or 3 a day. I'm soaking the floor. It looks good though. I'm just gonna leave it here dry. It's been a good few hours. I think this is dry. It feels dry. I had it sat over a bit. So I'm gonna swap that out now for my Fighter Escape because that's our next smallest. Update on my Freefall progress. It's darker than I thought it would be, but it's not as ugly as I thought it was gonna be. Like this looks legit. This looks good. I'm pleased. I'm probably not gonna do the lettering, but I'm happy because I was feeling pretty crappy last night because I thought that the last two were gonna be ugly and I'm not really having any fun crocheting these because usually I'm like sat on my bed with my beautiful projector watching like K-dramas or whatever, and like here I'm just crocheting and then obviously thinking like, oh, this doesn't look good. My back hurts. I don't want to, I don't know. Which sucks because this is my TXT blanket. I do not want to end up hating my TXT blanket. So I've just like been looking at these to make myself feel better because they're looking good. It's only gonna be the Freeze album that looks bad. It doesn't look bad, it just doesn't look like it. It's so dark. This is beautiful. I would like to be able to finish by tomorrow, hopefully. I don't believe in myself. It is slightly bigger. Did like nothing. I don't even know if it's worth it to do the others then. To be fair, it was probably supposed to be on there for like 24 hours. Maybe I should look it up. So apparently I did it right, but it can't really stretch your yarn that much. So that was all pointless. Mainly used for shaping, which like I knew, but I thought I could just like, also I think this is still kind of damp, so that doesn't help either. So I'm just going to sew them all together like normal at the end and hope for the best. This was a waste of money because I'm never going to use this again because I don't need my projects to be perfect. My projects will never be perfect. And that is okay. I played around with this a little more, got rid of the writing because I do not think that would turn out right. Because even the Freeze one, the writing looked nice on the grid, but then it looked bad in the yarn. I don't exactly have the right color for this. I kind of forgot to look for it, so I'm just gonna use this green. It's still a bit wonky looking, but the Freefall one looking good gave me hope that this too will turn out nice in the end. It actually ended up looking real nice, if I do say so myself. I forgot to say my favorite songs, which are New Rules, Poppin' Star? Can't we just leave the monster alive at Magic Island? I know that's a lot, but how do you choose? Also, special mention to Runaway, because again, that's one of the songs that made me be like, who are these people? I am all done now. It's time to stitch them together. I'm probably obviously just gonna stitch them in the order that they came out, because that's, yeah. I did not block any of the other ones because I think it's useless, and I hope that just like by stitching them together they will figure themselves out. I just laid them all out on a table and then I stitched them together with a whip stitch using white because my sister told me to use white, and it looks good, so I'm not complaining. I don't think I made a decision whether or not to use crochet or sewing. It would have been so much easier to undo because I of course sewed the very last one on backwards and upside down. Are you ready for this? You can't see it on my face. It looks so much better than I thought it would. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It sucks that one of the biggest ones ended up in the middle because it's very lumpy. Oh wait, oh, I thought I had it upside down. I have the whole thing upside down. The seams are a little stuck up too, but I think after a while they will flatten out. Woohoo. And yes, it is a bit short for a blanket, but I'm glad that it ended up being 9. I thought it was 8, so I thought I was gonna have a square missing. Oh, wow. Look at the back. Some of them are okay. This one is not okay.